So what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Kingdom Leader Class Ultra Magnus. And I'm trying a bit of a new camera setup because he's a bit tall. The original camera setup wasn't really working, and I'm currently using a box because I always use a box for some reason for higher up characters. And here is Leader Magnus. So Kingdom Magnus here is more of a Earth mode Magnus. I got him for $40 off of Facebook Marketplace. That was a great deal, honestly. And I think I've heard a lot of negatives about this figure, and I don't agree with them. I like him a lot. I think he's great. Now, he isn't the turquoisey blue. I might throw in the image of Combiner Wars Magnus, and also probably maybe G1 Magnus's toy, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's more of a, like, turquoisey blue, but this is more of the show-accurate, darker blue coloration, which I like a lot more than the turquoise blue. And I do own the Combiner Wars Magnus, I just don't want to get him down, because he's surrounded by, like, a bajillion things. As far as this Magnus goes, I love this thing a lot. He doesn't come with a ton of accessories, though, first to get them out of the way. I'm not even going to bother to get the other shoulder pad off, because it's the same thing. He comes with 2 of these, one for each side. You can put blast effects on the tips of it, which is nice, and they just peg into the shoulders, like so. Probably also going to be a bit longer review, not like a crazy long one, but it's not going to be like a super short review. And then he has one singular rifle right here, which looks pretty nice. I mean, I think this one looks pretty good. I actually do like it. It's nicely painted with the gunmetal. And he does hold it quite well. The Siege version, which this is derived from, is like, it has, I think, 2 extra guns that were pretty much meant for the Cybertron Prime remold, which never came up my area, and I really wanted it, but it never happened. Womp womp. Oh well, I still got an Ultra Magnus eventually, didn't I? So, as far as things go with this Magnus, there's not like a crazy amount of paint going off. A bit on the shins here, the gunmetal in red. Then you got a bit on the crotch, and most of it's sculpted. Turning him around, he does have a little bit of a backpack, but not a ton of a backpack. I actually don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good, even though he has like the whole front end of a truck hanging off his butt. But, you know, sometimes it's okay. As far as his head sculpt goes, to get him down, this is going to be a bit difficult. He's a chunky fella, so might actually have to, like, sit him down. Even try to. Actually, no, I'll show the head sculpt off when we do the Unarmored form. It's going to be way easier to do that. As far as this mode goes, this mode looks great, and I think it does look like Magnus. The articulation in this mode is also great. It has a ball joint in the head, which allows you to get all the movement you want. Forward and back of the arms. Outward, a swivel, an elbow, hands rotate. Forward and back at the legs. There is a waist swivel, but it's a bit hindered by this bit clashing with this bit here. Also, you heard it right, he has ratchets on a more modern toy, which is awesome. Outward, a knee joint, and a swivel. One of those ones that goes outward more than inward. And he does have ankle tilt, but his feet are sculpted on a tilt. And the reason they're sculpted on a tilt is the feet don't transform for the alt mode, so he can just roll back and forth, unless you do that, and then he can't roll back and forth, because they're off the ground. So that's intriguing. As far as this mode goes, I think this mode looks great. So let's get into his other mode, his Unarmored Magnus mode. So to do Unarmored Magnus, first thing you're going to do, come up to the shoulders and rip them off, like so. We're also going to rip these off, for the sake of when we do the alt mode. We're just going to put everything off to the side. Next thing we're going to do is come to the arms and open up the panels on the inside of the arms, and then you can remove these gauntlets. And you'll start to see the weight figure underneath. Rip off the legs right there. While you're at the legs, he does have heels. You can flip out like so. come to the back, and you're gonna, or come to the front first, actually, and you're gonna unpeg the front section, and then come to the back, and you're gonna pull it out, and then do that. You're gonna move that up, you're gonna unpeg the arms real quick, pull that forward, flip out the Optimus Prime head, like so, push that in, and then come to the crotch plate and rotate it around. And you can, of course, give him back his gun. We're going to keep a good bit of it off to the side. And I am going to live up to my promise here. There's the Magnus head. Looks really nice. I do like the look of it a lot. And as far as White Prime goes, the White Prime Ultra Magnus version, it's a chunky guy, and he looks nothing like the Kingdom. There's the Kingdom Optimus for a comparison. They don't have the same head sculpt either. I thought they might have, but this one's a tiny bit smaller and has pointier ears. So if we come in here and like crouch them both down real quick, you'll be able to see it. Oh, did I hit the camera? I did. Not a ton though, not enough to warrant a massively bad looking edit. So looking at the faces, they are completely different head molds, so there is that. Wondering, so this guy is completely different, and he does look a lot different from Kingdom Prime, which is completely alright with me. I don't really want them to look the exact same. It's a bit of a cop-out when they do, in my opinion. As far as the articulation goes on this guy, it's the exact same. He does also remain with ankle tilt. These feet have ankle tilt, but not as much. Everything else is the exact same. Nothing's different. The only thing I wish in this month is a bit more paint. There's not a ton. I wish these arrows on his arms were painted teal. I wish there might have been some silver down here. There's just not a ton of paint going off in this mode. There's a lot of detailing on like the grill pieces though, because this is the actual front of the truck mode. So there's that. I mean, I do like this version a lot, and I think it looks nice, but it's not the best. So now let's get to the transformation, which we're going to look at the individual cab, and then we're going to do the trailer combination as well. So the transformation for this guy is quite simple. Fold in the feet, combine them. That's it for the legs. That's all the legs do. You're going to come to the main body here, and you're going to do what you did the last time and pull it away. And then you're going to push that bit down. You're then going to come to the arms, unpeg them from there, and risky thing. Actually, no, oh my god. I thought this was all translucent. They used inserts. Oh my god. Remember how I was always losing it about them not using inserts? They used inserts. Wow, I am shocked. I never even thought to look at that, if you want the truth. I don't know if there's any yellowing on this guy yet. I've seen people saying Kingdom Cyclonus started yellowing, which makes me worry, because like I said, these guys are pretty much in a window, and I do want to change that. I do want to change that. I want to get a new shelf that's out of the way of the window for my Autobots. Decepticons are good now. They're out of the way. I've not seen a single ray of sun hit them, so that's good. Anyway, I gotta unpeg the legs, because they have to kind of go up around these little bits there. Once you do that, you should be good. I'm just going to fold these. That, and there's your cab mode. And oh boy, is this not that good. And I was thinking about it. And I was like, you know what they could have done? They could have made the arms fold in and form these bits here. It's such a bad thing they didn't, because it could have. They genuinely could have. Like, there's enough space. Like, there is enough. Make the fist fold in. There's enough room in there to do that. They could have done it. Otherwise, from the front end, it looks great, though. It does look awesome, although these are kind of reversed. They should be out here, but they're in there. And no, I'm not going to transform Earthrise Prime for a comparison. It's a wee bit, you know, it'll take a minute. And this is already going to go on for another little bit. I mean, it does look pretty alright, but then you turn around and realize he's just sitting down, isn't he? He's just sitting down. arms and legs are right there, and they're just all right. It also rolls all right, not very well, but just fine enough. That's just the individual cab, so let's get into the fun bits, which are the armor bits. So we're first going to start out with the little shoulder pads here. They have probably the easiest bit of transformation, which is these gray bits. You flip them out, and once you flip them out, you take them, and you slide them together, and then you put them like that, and then you take it, and you put it there. And that's all you do to connect that. The next bit of it is just completely its own individual thing. The first thing I'm going to do is come to the legs, and you're going to come around back, and you're going to unpeg this whole panel atrocity here. That is on both legs. There's these massive panel sections that just erupt from it. The next thing you're going to do is come to the chest piece section here. You're going to fold out the back, and you're also going to fold out this red bit from the chest. And you're going to turn it upside down. Once you turn it upside down, you're going to take these bits here, these little tabs, and they're going to slot in right there. And then this one here is going to slide into this groove right there. So that's going to go like that. So once you do that, I'm doing it off camera, I'm doing a little tutorial. So basically, you're just going to push it in like so. And then I'm going to flip this bit up, and then you have these bits. So what you do with these bits, you take them, and you find where the peg is, and you make sure they peg in. I put them on the wrong sides. It's been a minute. Since I've done that, there we go. Now once you've done this bit, comes the fun part, which is lining up this bit of the truck. And that's just going to keep doing that. We're just going to have to... Where's the hinge at? Okay. Yeah, it's these ones here. So you're going to take these. Back again. So you're going to take this, and that's going to go onto this bit here. So this is like a little tab section. And there's multiple peg points along the side. So it's really fun to get this trailer mode in order, huh? So then once you do that, you're going to take the truck. And on the truck, there's this bit here which plugs into the leg. That bit also will plug into there. And then there is a slot there, or there's a slot here and a tab there. So they're going to kind of attach together like so. And then you're going to bring the other side around and do the exact same thing. So get the tab and the slot in first, and then get like the little clamp assembly, and then you can fold down that, and that'll fold down perfectly, and do that, and then put on his missiles like so. And there is Magnus in his alt mode with the trailer, and they didn't cover the fist, and they could have just pushed it back a bit more, honestly. Like, these bits could have pegged in somewhere. I don't know why they didn't just put pegs down there, and these bits would have been pegged in. Like, there's a super simple fix. If I'm not mistaken, the Siege one doesn't even have these little clamp bits, and they're scary, because I feel like they will break eventually. And if they do, I don't think it ruins the figure, but man, is it weird. I mean, as far as the trailer goes, I don't mind it. You also can't open it up and put anything in it. You can put things on top of it. You can also peg his gun in on top of it. I mean, it's a nice long vehicle mode, but it's also a pretty cop-out alt mode, because the cab sucks. And the trailer looks nice, but it's also just full of gaps and holes, and you can even see the head in there. Like, you can see it right there if you couldn't tell. And then you turn around. This is just a Magnus syndrome thing, though. Yeah, it just kind of has the legs hanging off the back. I mean, it does look good. It does roll nicely. I will give it that. I don't want spaceport to roll, but it does roll nicely. So yeah, that's alt modes. Let's just get to the thoughts on them, because this video is already running a little long. So my thoughts on this figure. I think he's overhated. He's not crazy good, and it's mainly on the alt mode, in my opinion, but I'm not going to give him a low rating. I'm not going to give him a stupid high rating. He's not a 5 out of 5. He's not even a 4.5 out of 5. This guy is literally riding the line between a 4 and a 3.5 pretty evenly, but I feel like most people would probably give him like a 3. I am genuinely feeling a 4 on him. I do like this toy a lot more than a lot of people do. I think a lot of people hate this guy a lot more than love him. I personally love this figure. I thought he was great. And it might just be me, because I also didn't pay full retail for him. I only paid literally half the price for him off Facebook Marketplace, 100% complete with no damage or anything. Like, he was basically brand new. So it was clearly a collector that owned him, which was nice. And, I mean, as far as things go, he is good. He is really good. I don't really have a problem with it. But if you wanted him, I would recommend him, but maybe not at full price. Because the alt mode is lackluster. The transformation, it's nothing. It really is nothing. And the trailer's just a parts forming nightmare. It is just a parts forming nightmare. But the robot mode, to me, is the best part about this figure. The robot mode is so good looking. It looks so nice and clean. I just love the robot mode. And I don't see very many issues with it. And mine doesn't have like the weird hip issue I think I've seen a few times. At least I don't think it does. And I mean, I just recommend this guy highly. I didn't fold him. I kind of folded those out like an idiot. But I would recommend this guy a lot. And I do think that he's a great figure. If I can get these on, that'd be awesome. I'm pegging it onto the wrong side. My dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. Yeah. So, other things to get out of the way. I do hope you've been enjoying the reviews. I really don't know what I'm going to do next, but I just want to say it again. I want to thank everybody that's watched these, and I've noticed over the last few days a lot more of the reviews are getting a bit more views. So thank you to anyone new who's watching. And thank you to anyone who does watch this review specifically. I can't see him now. I just hit the camera, but that's fine. I just want to thank you guys. Because, like I said in the past review, I never thought I'd ever get any views on anything. So, just thank you in general. So, this has been Eilt Elite, signing out. I'm going to give him 4 out of 5. Peace.